Hi guys, today we are going to talk about a country called Canada. Basically, I have been to Canada 7 times in my whole life, and I had the PR card of Canada, the permanent resident, but it's expired many years ago. Anyways, the last time I was in Canada was I think in July 2013, which is a couple of years ago. Anyways, so I really do like Canada and I would like to live over there. But the problem with Canada is that half of the time it's snowing there, which is no fun. So Toronto, Canada is just amazing in the summers because there's heat, and I like sunny weather. I don't like rainy weather. So yeah, that's what I had to say. Anyways, so I really enjoyed myself in Canada. I went with my mother. Although I felt homesick, I missed Islamabad like Pakistan like hell. In Canada, we rented an apartment for 1 month. I don't know what it was called though. And we went here and there. We used to go to downtown Toronto after catching the subway or the bus, and we just used to have a fabulous time over there. The thing I love to do most in Toronto, Canada, is to go to the Chapters in Indigo bookshop at the Eaton Centre shopping mall in Toronto, Canada. Yeah, you got it right, guys. That's the place I love the most. So my mother and I, we used to go to the shopping mall center every day. We used to have McDonald's every day. And then what we did was we went to the bookshop and sat and flipped through a couple of books and also read books. So that's what I love to do, to read books. So we would read many books like novels and memoirs and stuff like that. So we used to go to the bookshop every day. Yeah. So the bookshop I love is the Chapters in Indigo bookshop in the Eaton Centre in Toronto, Canada. The owner of this bookshop is a lady called Heather Resman, who is a Jewish businessman who is the founder of this, and she selects certain books on which there is a sticker called Heather's Pick by Heather Resman. And those are the books that she likes or recommends people to read. Yes. So the bookshop is just amazing. It's like 2 stories high, and it's even better than the Kunukunya bookstore in Siam Paragon shopping mall in Bangkok, Thailand. But I've been to the Canadian bookshop less times than I've been to the Bangkok, Thailand bookshop actually. Anyways. So the other thing I like is the Dundas Station, the Yonge and Bloor, Yonge and Eglinton, and all those great places. And I just love the Hard Rock Cafe in Toronto. I like the McDonald's and the Burger King, and I like Mississauga. Although there are too many Indians and Pakistanis in Mississauga, it's nerve-wracking. And there are so many Pakistanis and Indians there. They live together, and they come from their own Muslim countries, and they live in the Western countries, and then they abuse them as well as the same time living over there. It's a pathetic sort of affairs, I can only laugh at them. They're so intolerant, Anyways, so I really miss Canada. I miss Square One, which is the shopping mall in Mississauga, Canada, Ontario. There's a Chapters bookshop opposite Square One, which I absolutely loved, and I used to go to. And I really miss Canada. I've been to Niagara Falls a couple of times. I think the last time I went to the Niagara Falls was in 2011. And my mother has some friends in Canada who are very nice to me. So Canada was really fun, but I can't go back because I don't have visa, I don't have the PR card, the permanent resident card, I don't have anything. But I would like to live in Canada. I would like to study philosophy, religious studies, sociology, psychology, and anthropology at the University of Toronto, like the boy Pi Patel in the novel by Jan Martyr, Life of Pi. I would like to do that. And I would like to live in Canada and enjoy myself and have a small apartment in downtown Toronto where I have hundreds of books and nice things to eat in the fridge. I hope I'm able to go to Canada because I don't want to live in this Pakistan country. It's a shithole, you know. Pakistan is a shithole country, but I love it because it's my own country and because I was born and raised in it. Anyways, so yeah. So the other thing is that I wish I could live in Canada. Seriously, man. I really miss the Tim Hortons of Canada, and I always used to get the extra whipped cream put on the top and caramel sauce, and I love the whipped cream. I love to have whipped cream with a spoon. It's just delicious. So Canada is just lovely. It's a free country. There's freedom of speech, freedom of expression, no intolerance. And but these Pakistanis and Muslims just go there and try to enforce their own miserable views and ideas on the Western world, while I would like to say that the West is freedom and the East is oppression. We should thank our lucky stars we should thank heaven, someone for the West, because the West is the best, as Irshad Manji says in her book. Anyways, yeah. I also admire Ayaan Hirsi Ali, the Somalian-born Dutch parliamentarian who has written many books, and Daniel Edwin Barker is an American atheist author who is my friend, and he sends free books from me from the United States of America to Pakistan. I want to go to Canada and get into the United States from there, and I want to live in Washington DC. I'm not sure whether I should live in New York City, Washington DC, or Toronto. I think I would like to live in Washington DC because it's the capital of the United States of America and a really nice place, and it's also been mentioned in the X-Files, like the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation offices are mentioned in many episodes of the X-Files. The X-Files, which is my favorite show about aliens and extraterrestrials and UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Anyways, so so I would like to live in Washington DC and have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books in my room. You know, as you guys know, I love reading books and I want to become a writer. And I get really put off when I read a book and don't remember what I've read in it. But now I remember what I read. Anyways, guys, I'm at my flat in Islamabad, Pakistan right now, and I'm very hungry. I feel like having some Nutella banana pancakes. Do I miss Thailand? Well, actually no, I don't, because I've already been there 14 times, so that's more than enough. I would like to go to West African countries, you know. I would like to go to Uganda, Libya, Sierra Leone, and Rwanda. There's a book called God Sleeps in Rwanda. Then there's by Joseph Seberenzi. Then there's another book called A Long Way Gone. It's a book by Ishmael Bey. A true story about a young child soldier growing up in Sierra Leone during the war. That reminds me of the movie Blood Diamond, which is about Sierra Leone. It's just an amazing movie. If you want to know more about myself, you should watch the movie A Beautiful Mind, the true story of Professor John Forbes Nash Jr., in which he has schizophrenia and hears voices and sees things. Well, I have schizophrenia, but I don't see things, but I hear voices. Anyways, we've talked about a lot of stuff now, and I hope I become better, and I'm well and fit to go and do go to Canada.